Good morning. My name is Wandy Stewart, and I'm excited to join you today to announce the 2020 recipients of Park Pride's annual Inspiration Awards. This recognition honors leaders who inspire others to expand and improve public parks and green spaces, those who work to raise awareness about critical system-wide park issues, and individuals who demonstrate a profound commitment to strengthening the connection between parks and their surrounding community. This year's honorees include 6 individuals whose work and dedication have truly impacted the parks they serve, and more importantly, the people and the surrounding communities. Our first awards recipient, Sophia Bork, is the Volunteer Community Engagement Director at the Sara Gonzalez Park. Sophia has spearheaded activities that exemplify the park's values of diversity, family, and inclusion. Her emphasis on community building through initiatives like bilingual reading sessions and the installation of the Edgar E. Flores Memorial Garden has defined Sophia's efforts within the park.
I think one of my favorite things about working in the Sara Gonzalez Park and partnering with the community has just been the level of commitment that I've seen from the community. I think one of the most important things when you think about community building, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I use that metaphor because when you build those partnerships, you need to let people know that you're not there just for the Instagram, the accolades, the recognition. You're there to help the community. We had a great event last year that was particularly memorable with the Mayor's Census Block Party. And we had over 300 attendees. We had a mariachi band, we had folkloric dances, we had programming in English and Spanish, we had a taco truck as well. Things like that show the local community that they are seen, they're heard, and their voices matter because we're intentionally reaching out to that community.
Thank you, Sophia, for your commitment to the community and for assuring that everyone feels welcome and heard in the Sara Gonzalez Park. You are truly deserving of this award. Turning now to the English Avenue community. This West Atlanta neighborhood's Lindsay Street Park ambassador, Annie Moore, has served as the primary caretaker and advocate for this green space since 2015, and she's the next Inspiration Award winner. Her dedication to sharing her knowledge with visitors while nurturing the flood mitigation elements have made her critical to the success of this park as a community gathering space.
The defining moment for me when I realized it wasn't just a park, when I realized the real importance of the bioswale and the rain garden and what it really did for the park, so that it wasn't just a park where there was weeds to pull. It literally had a system, and that was really kind of cool. My dreams for Lindsay Street Park are to continue to become small fruits, like a mini botanical garden. This is a learning park, and it's a very small park, and we're going to grow this park out with little amenities and training to it. What keeps me motivated to continue to work in my park is the environmental issues. Just as humans and nature, this park truly helps with continuing our butterflies and our bees, and I want to be someone who helps keep our ecological system stable.
Annie's passion and success in her ambassadorship have galvanized similar efforts in nearby green spaces. Thank you, Annie, for all you do to serve your community. Our next recipient, Mr. George Ickes, is 82 years old and is an icon of the Olmsted Linear Park. For 15 years, he oversaw administrative duties of the Conservancy and played a critical role in the restoration and upkeep of the park. Though retired, he still serves on the Olmsted Linear Park Alliance Board as well as the Maintenance Committee. As George reflects on his years at the park, it's the little things that he cherishes the most.
Well, my favorite memory is to come out here and especially after like a heavy rain and with lots of branches down and be able to get around and pick them up and clean everything up, and so that by the time we leave it looks exactly like it should. We mulch in the parks, and mulching takes a long time. We keep on looking for what needs to be done. Trees have to be planted, bushes trimmed, all the things that continue. I just love to see, when I start something, I just love to see it done and continue to look around and see that we're doing what we should do.
George's passion for maintaining the park's beauty remains unwavering. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, he volunteered in the park 3 days a week. Thank you, George. You're an inspiration to us all. For our next Inspiration Award honoree, Joe Peery. It started out simply enough. All he wanted to do was take his dog for a walk in the woods. 5 years later, Joe has become a tireless advocate for access to natural green spaces in South Atlanta and DeKalb, specifically at South River Forest and the Intrenchment Creek Park. Via giving tours, hosting plein air events, and building trails for exploration, Joe has introduced so many people to what we like to call the power of the parks. Let's listen.
The power of parks means a couple of things to me. And it's a place to reset. I mean, if you have stressful work or stressful life, we spend a lot of our lives indoors, close contact with other people, and then now with the pandemic, a lot of people can't really get out and socialize like they used to be able to. In a park like this, it's just wide open. It's a safe place to come and social distance. In the case of this park, trees are a very powerful thing. They clean our air, they give us oxygen. All the natural elements of this park are really restorative. It just makes you feel better when you walk in the woods, like walking across a soft pine straw mat, or crunching through some leaves, or whacking your way through some tall grass. Walking in the creek and cooling off your feet on a hot day. Butters will go lay in the mud. He loves it. Fortunately, the beauty of parks is they're already there. So it doesn't, not the park, but the woods are already there. So you don't have to do anything other than save them. You don't have to build them. You have to keep people from building on them. And that's a powerful thing. It's a power that's already there.
Joe, your passion for the South River Forest has inspired others to rally in protection of this critical green space. Thank you for your leadership and congratulations. And I'm back to introduce you to another Inspiration Award honoree, Dan Calvert. Today, Dan is the Director of Design and Land Acquisition at Great Parks of Hamilton County in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, many of you know him from his tenure at the City of Atlanta's Office of Park Design. Dan helped bring hundreds of park projects to life, from bat boxes to brand new parks. His commitment to the community was based on passion, active listening, and creative problem solving. This approach built trust with neighbors and partners and proved to be among the many reasons for his success.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so grateful and so honored to be the Inspiration Award winner this year. This award really isn't about me. It's about everything we've done together, everything we've accomplished. So thank you. I always like to say that inspiration comes from one another and above. Again, I'm truly honored and grateful. Thank you.
3 words that I would use to describe Dan are: he's dedicated, he's determined, and he is dependable. And while I only have 3 that I can share, I think really what underlines all of those is that he's passionate about what he does.
Parks are so powerful. They bring our communities together, they bring us together, families, friends. Every time you go to the park, it's a different adventure, a different experience, whether you're doing it by yourself or with your neighbors, with your friends. You meet each other, you get to know each other.
For those of you that know Dan, oftentimes he would say, "I appreciate you." So in turn, Dan, I just want you to know that we appreciate you for all that you did for Atlanta.
Though you're no longer local, Dan, your impact carries on in the spaces that you helped to create and with the people you inspired. Park Pride is proud to recognize your efforts with an Inspiration Award. It's time to meet this year's final Inspiration Award winner, a steadfast visionary named Keith Sharp. How many of you know that the City of Atlanta shares an 8-mile border with the Chattahoochee River? You knew? You knew? That is so awesome. When Keith's wife wondered aloud about the many proposals for a park along the Chattahoochee, Keith's passion found focus. Where others see unapproachable industrial properties and flooded out lots along the banks, Keith envisioned the future City of Atlanta park called Riverwalk Atlanta. For more than 5 years, Keith has been working to make this park a reality, providing public access to the river. Let's hear more.
So, Riverwalk Atlanta, or whatever it gets called, is going to be a 5-mile greenway along the Chattahoochee River in the city limits of Atlanta, and it'll have 500 acres of parkland along that, and multiple connector trails, including the Proctor Creek Greenway Trail and the Silver Comet Trail. This will be part of the link between the Silver Comet Trail and the Atlanta Beltline. What excites me the most is the opportunity for urban dwellers to get out in nature and meet and see one another. The best way to get involved right now is with our volunteer work days on the first Saturday of each month. We've been doing that for 5 years now, and we've done amazing work removing invasive species in the forest and creating hiking trails along the river and throughout the floodplain forest. Receiving the Inspiration Award makes me feel humble. We've done a lot of work, but we're waiting for all that work to come to fruition with the opening of the park.
Thank you, Keith, for your leadership, patience, and persistence. I think I can safely speak for us all when I say we are looking forward to the grand opening of Riverwalk Atlanta. It has been a pleasure and an honor to participate in the Parks and Green Space Conference this year and to introduce you to the 2020 Inspiration Award winners. Congratulations to each of the honorees. Thank you for leading the way for park stewardship and advocacy.